What's up, family? Hey, it's your boy, Mr. 8020 CY, and I'm back again with another episode of the Genesis Podcast. Did you miss me?
He ain't letting it go, y'all. He ain't letting it go. So we might as well just get on with it.
Hey, man, I'm like a pit bull. When I latch on to something,
Come
I don't
on,
let
you
go.
ain't letting it go.
I ain't letting it go, bro.
Can't let it go. So we here now, Doc. We here.
Yeah. So let's talk about wisdom.
Little did I know how much I grow. Oh yeah, I see why. My mind has been renewed by power. See why. God say what to do, and all I do is O-B-E-Y. Christ is where I put my I-D-E and T-I-T-Y. This is what happens when purpose and passion, greatness and action, eliminating every single distraction. See, anything you do for a while is gonna form a habit. Good or bad, let's get active and obey his commandments. You see, I need for you to readily identify, fearfully, wonderfully, made the business image. What's gonna make the difference? Picture this, Genesis. What's gonna make the difference? Picture this, Genesis. You know that. See, I'm on a mission to get closer to God. It ain't about what happens, it's how you respond. So download the pod, replay and rewind. This podcast really one of a kind. Let's get a line. Listening to the Genesis podcast. Can I get you to the listen to Genesis podcast? Can I get you to the listen to Genesis podcast? This podcast is really one of a kind. Let's get a line. Listening to the Genesis podcast. Can I get you to the listen to Genesis podcast? Can I get you to the listen to Genesis podcast? This podcast is really one of a kind. Let's get a line.
What's going on, man? Hiya. What's going on, team, man? I appreciate you having me on today. The last episode was so dope, so fire. Had such a good synergy with this brother, such dope conversation. I had to bring him back. So first, I need you to like, share, subscribe, comment in that order, or whatever order you wish, but I need you to do that. If you're getting any value out of Genesis Podcast, I'm asking that you do those things for me. So with that said, we're gonna pick back up on this wisdom discussion that we were talking about, because wisdom is the principal thing. And that means something to me. Is that principal thing, that primary thing, that one thing, in the words of the great poet L. Boogie.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, let me introduce my brother again, Bishop Ken.
Hey, what's happening? What's happening, everybody? Look, grateful to be here, Ken Funderburk. Excited for another chance to chop up, open up, unpack, dive in to this wisdom thing. We'll see why. I mean, he ain't letting it go, y'all. He ain't letting it go. So we might as well just get on with it. You know what I mean? Jump on the train, because the train moving. Might as well get on it.
Hey, man, I'm like a pit bull. When I latch on to something,
Come
I don't
on,
let
you
go.
ain't letting it go.
I ain't letting it go, bro.
Can't let it go. So we here now, Doc. We here.
Yeah. Hey, and this episode is brought to you by the Genesis Summit. You see the summit right there. You see the shirt. You see the shirt. You see the summit. Hey, fellas, if you weren't at the Genesis Summit this last March 6th and 7th, you missed out.
Yeah.
But don't worry, I got you. You don't have to worry about no FOMO. I got you. We're gonna bring the Genesis Summit 3.0 back next year, March 5th and 6th, Colony, Texas, same location. Be there.
Be there. You gotta be there.
I promise you don't want to miss it.
Man.
So they are sponsoring this episode of the Genesis Podcast. It's something about me and the Genesis, like the beginning. The Genesis means the beginning, right? It's before we messed everything up, you know. So it's important to me, because I need to get back to the Genesis, because I messed a lot of stuff up in the midst of this thing, in this journey called life. So I'm trying to take it back to the beginning. What the song say? Take me back to the place.
Take me back to the place, man.
So I want to get back to that place, man, and I can't start over, but I sure can't make the same mistakes that I made before.
Come on.
So let's talk about wisdom. We talked about wisdom being the principal thing.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the 3 dimensions of wisdom, which were the vertical relationship, the internal relationship with God, and then the horizontal relationship with those around you. We talked about the ways that wisdom speaks, which it speaks through the word, it speaks through the Holy Spirit, it speaks through godly counsel, and it speaks through patterns and consequences. That's a huge one.
Yeah.
If you missed them other 3, just look at the patterns and the consequences of your life and ask you. And there was a point in my life I had to say, man, the common denominator in the carnage behind me is me.
Yeah, man.
So those were my patterns and my consequences. And then wisdom was speaking to me in that space.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we talked about that. We talked about what wisdom is.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to continue down this path, right? And now we're going to talk about how wisdom flows where alignment exists.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to talk about the 5 postures of wisdom. Because there's some postures. The posture is how you stand, how you are internally. So we're going to talk about that posture, which is really going to allow wisdom to flow.
Yeah.
But my boy said something so powerful after I read. So I'm going to read this for you. I was sharing this on the MindsetU group me, the Bible study that we do every Tuesday and Thursday. So fellas, if you're looking for a community, tap into MindsetU. You won't be sorry. We meet via Zoom every Tuesday and Thursday, 6:30 a.m., no later than 7:30 a.m. We in and we out. So we're talking about this. So we're talking about what is alignment. So I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna let my brother kind of run with this because he dropped a bomb in the middle of like the comment, and he just detonated the bomb and then he tried to walk off like he was a Navy SEAL or something. But it says, wisdom flows where alignment exists. Alignment is not an event, it is a posture. It is the ongoing orientation of your life towards God's authority, will, and design. So I'm gonna just leave that there, and I'm just gonna throw the alley-oop for you.
Yeah. No, man. When you started to take us on this journey with you in wisdom, likewise, see why in one of the calls, man, I'm telling you, I can't reiterate it enough. Y'all got to get on these calls. All right, Tuesday, Thursday, you got to get on these calls. Anyway, so along with being not intentional, what was it?
Alignment.
Yes, along with alignment. CY had mentioned in as he was unpacking, he said position and orientation, and it with regards to wisdom. And so, for whatever reason, like an earworm, it stuck. I couldn't shake it. I had to unpack it, and God just downloaded that there is a space where we have a position and an orientation within wisdom based on those 5 postures that you've given. So I'll hit those 5 postures real quick, just so we know we're all tracking on the same page. So the 5 postures that CY shared with us was number 1, reverence, the posture of reverence. So reverence for God. Number 2, dependence on God. That's number 2, dependence on God. Number 3, pursuit of God. Number 4, submission to God. And number 5, formation with God. And each of these within themselves is a whole lesson.
Yeah.
Just one within itself is a lesson by itself. But then you think about these in alignment, as it were, pun intended, with wisdom, then it has to be unpacked in a way that makes sense. And for me, that was to look at how position and orientation helps me to unpack wisdom with regards to these 5 postures. So I know it's kind of like a round robin way of looking at it, but like we were talking about, as we grow in wisdom, you dive deeper, you go a little deeper, you don't necessarily get off course, but you find other paths, not other paths to Christ, not other paths to God, not other paths to heaven. There's only one way.
That's right.
But there are other paths that God will allow us to take to receive more insight through him, through his word, from the Spirit, so forth and so on, right? And so that's the journey that I took. And so real quick, he gave me position and orientation. And the difference between position and orientation is, obviously, position is where you are. That's the point of where you exist. You're in this space. That is your position. Orientation is which way you're facing. So while I may be sitting here, I can be oriented or facing the wrong way. And so we've been talking about wisdom, understanding it, seeking it, asking for it liberally, but then having the wherewithal and discernment and discipline to do something with it. So for me, position is, I've asked for it. Okay, cool. I've asked for it. Done and done. Now I'm sitting with it. But what's happening? So the orientation is my face turns toward it. My movements turned in the direction that wisdom is carrying me and leading me and guiding me. So position and orientation is super, super important.
Right. But when you think about alignment, and I like how you say you could be oriented, but you could be oriented the wrong way.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Because you can't go north facing south.
At all.
And so that's something that really stuck with me that you said the other day when you were talking through this. So I'm grateful that you even just took that little morsel,
man,
and you were able to run with it. And that's the beautiful thing about being in the right communities.
Yes, sir.
Is I can see one thing, you can see another thing.
Yes.
But you put those together,
man.
Now you got the right recipe.
Man, we got a whole smorgasbord up in there.
Exactly.
Man, I heard a great poet. My guy CY like to quote great poets. great poet Andre Three Stacks says spaceships don't come equipped with rear view mirrors.
They don't.
They don't. With wisdom, we can't. There is no reverse. There ain't no going back.
Right.
It's forward in Him. Forward in Him.
Right. But think about this, bro. Even as you talk about alignment, understand that alignment is positional. It's relational.
Yes.
And it's intentional. So positional is where you place yourself determines what flows to you. So are you oriented? Is your posture positioned to receive what God wants to give you? Right? Your alignment is relational.
Yeah.
Does it start with God? And does God shape every other relationship that I have?
Right.
Right. We want the blessings, but we don't want the blesser. Right. But when you say Abba, when you call him your father, your father is going to discipline you.
Yes, sir.
He's going to give you a stern reminder sometimes. And that's wisdom speaking to you, right? And then other places it's intentional, right? Are you intentional about your posture, ensuring each and every day that I get up? Or are you living off of yesterday's manna?
Man, which we can't. Oh, just, all right, that alone. I'm not going to do. See why I've been doing that, man. We can't even do that. He told us you get it for the day.
Exactly.
Don't hoard it. Don't get more than you need. This is what your daily bread. You cannot store it up for tomorrow.
But the great poet said yesterday's price is not today's price.
Come on, bruh. Because, fool around and try to go back and get something from yesterday. It's going to cost you more than it did.
Exactly. And that's the thing about it. I think sometimes, again, it's a process, not an event.
Yeah.
And we understand, like, what I did yesterday doesn't matter. No. Yesterday is dead and gone.
It's done.
What am I doing today?
Yeah. So, all right, so sidebar real quick. I had a discussion about that, and me and this person, we were talking about, then if tomorrow has enough worry of its own, I have to focus on today. I gotta do the best I can today. What happens with future ideas, right? Future endeavors, me wanting or desiring or building for more and building for better. If today is the only day I have and tomorrow is not promised, then why even bother with building for tomorrow, right? And for a second, it kind of had me stumped because I really didn't know how to respond to that for like a hot little second, because I'm like, it kind of makes sense. But then at the same time, it doesn't, right? Because I think there's a setup, right? Yesterday should have set me up for a successful today. I can't go back and reset up yesterday.
Ain't no redos.
I can't go back.
Lord knows I've been redoed a lot of things.
Listen. I'm on my 102nd chance now. So we cannot. We have to set up. Today is moving throughout the day with wisdom. I think wisdom, as you had asked in our last episode, I think a part of the wisdom for today is successfully setting up new possibilities for tomorrow, or continued growth tomorrow, continued advancement tomorrow. But I'm doing that today. Because I can't come back and get it once it's gone.
Yeah, it's wisdom for the day is being faithful over the few.
Ooh, bro. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And if you're faithful on over the few, I think it inclines God to say that He can have a little more. Right.
Ooh.
Because if you really think about it, I know we all got a end and a start date, but
Yeah.
what matters is the dash in
The
between,
dash in the
right?
middle. Yes, sir.
Right. So for me, my favorite saying, I think you hear me say this all the time,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna master today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by me mastering today,
Mm-hmm.
that means tomorrow when I get up, I should automatically be better than I was the day before.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Even if it's 1%.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all I'm talking about is 1%, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's growth.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because sometimes also you gotta understand that growth is not linear.
Man, hold up.
We think it's this linear progression of me growing, but no, growth is up, is down, because every day you're not gonna show up as the version of you that you desire. But if you show up,
Yes. Yeah.
that's what's matter. And you're being faithful over what I can matter. This is all I can muster.
Yeah.
That's wisdom saying this is all I can muster today, but I'm going to
Yeah. Yeah.
going to do it to the best of my ability.
Bro, because we only have 4,440 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
In the grand scheme of things, 4,440 minutes, 24 hours is little. In the grand scheme of things, that is a little.
Right.
And if we're faithful with that little bit, God, man, no, you said, because you said he will see that we are being good stewards and we're faithful with this little bit and decide, you know what, I'm going to give him some more. And that's, to me, that brings back the scripture. I can't recall where it is, but it was talking about your latter years, right? And God extending your years, giving you more years because you were faithful with the days that he gave you.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and add some more years because I know what you're going to do with the day.
Exactly.
Man, hold up.
He already knows what we're going to do anyway, right?
Yeah, not for real. No, for real.
You think about Hezekiah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hezekiah lived in a way where he can turn his face to the wall, and God said, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you 15 more.
Bruh. Man.
But that's a whole nother.
That's a whole
another
see?
you know,
that's
topic of conversation. But this is what we do.
That's CY for you right there.
You know, the goal of the Genesis and everything that I do, like I have clarity on who I am and why I'm here.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yeah.
I know that I'm clear that God has equipped me not only to better myself, but to better my family and be like the change within that family.
Right.
But also I know that my assignment is those that come in contact with me to share what he's downloaded to me. Yeah. And it might not be for everybody.
Right.
But I also know that the Apostle Paul talks about your sphere of influence. And I think each and every one of us have a sphere of influence. There's 8 billion people in this world. There's no way I'm going to touch everyone. Some people that be like, I don't like that CY guy. That dude don't do nothing for me. And then some people be like, man, that boy be spitting.
Bruh.
But that's how I go, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Not for real.
But so I'm just ensured that I'm going to make sure that I use the wisdom that he's given me. All the mistakes, right? Because there's 2 ways we learn in life. It's either pain or precepts.
Man, yeah.
And I would probably say that I probably learned way more from pain than I have from precepts. Yeah, I'm the guy that said, that stove ain't hot. Yeah. Let me put my hand on it.
Let me touch it. Let me see.
Right.
Man.
But as you grow and you mature, like wisdom lets you know, hey, man, that stove, it's going to get you.
Yeah, it is hot.
Yeah.
You don't need to touch it to see.
Do you want them scars to prove that it was hot? But so anyway, let's dive off into these postures of wisdom, right? The framework of the 5 postures of wisdom is what I called it when we talked about it.
Yep.
So you talked about reverence.
Yes, sir.
That's who's in authority. Who are you aligned with? Who's the authority of your life? What is the authority of your life? Let's talk about dependence. That's aligning your trust.
Yes.
With Yah.
Yeah.
Yah is my shepherd, I shall not want.
Man, listen, dependence on him is beyond important. I think that scripture alone, Psalms 23, like it does speak to absolute and utter dependence on God. And there's nothing else outside of it. And I think there's a space where we don't always realize our true and total codependence on him. We are completely, utterly, and totally codependent on God, the creator of heaven and earth, the one who holds it all together. If God decided to step off the scene, if he said, okay, show's over, no more play, no more movie, where would we be? Like, it's a wrap. The world is toast.
Yeah, ship without a sail.
The ship without a sail, man. So there is complete and utter codependence on him. The beautiful thing is he doesn't make us feel like it. He doesn't make us feel like it. He wants us to have that relationship with him. That's like your children, they're codependent upon you,
Right.
but you don't want them to feel like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because then that starts to bring disdain and ought and so forth. So and you don't want those types of those feelings. So you just, but I want you to know that I'm here for you.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Actually, I was watching PD, Pastor Darius Daniels. Shout out to the Daniels Den, my community, my people, UCC family. And he was talking about, some of us have a wrong view of who God is.
Mm-hmm.
We view him as this tyrannical God, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a tyrant. So when he's a tyrant, it's fearful reverence,
Mm-hmm.
it's fearful dependence,
Mm-hmm.
it's fearful pursuit,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fearful submission. It's like I'm
Yes.
submitted with my arm behind my back.
Yeah.
But wisdom really shows you who God is when you have a relation,
Yes.
like you said, that alignment,
Yes,
that
sir.
relational alignment with who God is, and you start to spend time with him
Mm-hmm.
and you get to understand his word,
Mm-hmm.
you really understand that, man, this dude loves us.
Man,
He's
so
like a
much.
father, like a true father.
Yeah, so much.
But I think also the enemy has done a great job of distorting our vision of what fatherhood, what motherhood looks like, right?
Yes.
So if you have a relationship that with your earthly father, the man that birthed you, and you guys got this acrimonious relationship, then automatically the vertical relationship is acrimonious as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, but wisdom says if I take the time to get to know him, I truly allow myself to reverence him for who he is.
Yeah.
I truly become dependent and trust him.
Yeah.
I truly pursue him.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about seeking him. I align my priorities
Yes.
with Christ.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
See, but that's the thing as us as men, Christ is third, fourth, fifth on the pecking order, right? My priorities are, let me go get this money.
Bruh.
Let me get this house. Let me get this car. Let me get the gear.
Come on.
And then, God comes in after that. But pursuit of him, seeking him first,
Yeah.
and he gives you everything else after.
Yes, sir.
And then I'll be able to fully submit to him,
Yes. Yeah.
which allows me to be formed
Yes. Yeah.
the way that he wants me to be formed.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I was
Now,
going to say.
formation aligns patterns, right?
Yes, it do. Yes, it do. Man, listen. Got to be in formation. Bruh. Okay. All right. So real quick on the pursuit, because I want you to keep on unpacking that formation thing, bruh. Pursuit is the orientation of hunger. It is your heart facing God with intention, not passivity. So that constant drive, like we said in our last pod, wanting to continually be seeking God, continually knocking, continually asking for wisdom and opening yourself to receive it, right? Submitting your heart to receive it. It's a continual thing, man. A constant pursuit.
Yeah. And so this is the question I'll submit for the viewers' consideration today. If I have your permission to submit this question, right? I want you to pause and consider, what are you actively going after today? What is like your hierarchy of things that you want to accomplish, right? Because if you really think about Proverbs 3:3 says, blessed is the one who finds wisdom and the one who gets understanding. So finding wisdom, means I have to search it out. That's the pursuit.
Yes, sir.
It's like the police are pursuing the suspect.
They're coming to get him.
And by any means necessary, they gonna get them, right? Just like the we talked about War Machine. You watch War Machine, right?
Yeah.
And so that machine was pursuing me relentlessly, right?
Bruh.
And you saw how it would scan,
Yes,
and then when it find it would lock onto it.
And there was nothing you could do to get
Exactly.
Nothing they could do to get away from that thing.
Exactly. But that's how we got to be. Like, and
Yes,
if you ain't
sir.
watched War Machine, that's just a shameless plug for War Machine.
Yeah. Y'all go watch
I ain't gonna even call y'all out. It's something flicks. Y'all might need to sponsor one of
You feel
the
me?
Genesis podcast.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, Flicks. Let's do it.
Right. But it said, blessed is the one who finds. That means that I'm searching, I'm seeking for it, I'm looking for it, I'm actively pursuing.
Yeah.
And so ask yourself, in a material, in a physical perspective, in a physical realm, what are you actively pursuing with tenacity, with zeal, with vigor, with thirst, with hunger? And now ask yourself, what would happen if I flipped that to I'm actively searching for wisdom. I'm actively searching for who God is. Because when I do that, now I find my identity.
Right.
I know who I am now.
Right.
So it doesn't matter what anybody else tells me and what anybody else says to me. I truly know who I am.
Yes, sir.
So when I do that, right? So, but here's the other piece of that, right? I'm gonna give you what pursuit looks like. So pursuit looks like scheduling time for growth.
Yes.
I think sometimes it's just activity.
Man.
It's not truly growth oriented.
No. Or just dropping it in wherever.
Yeah.
I got a little time.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this prayer before I go to sleep.
Man.
I ain't got up. Thank God for anything He done. I ain't consult Him for the day. I think I sent you this
Yes,
too. This
you did.
brother sent me this thing where he said,
Yeah.
I have a business meeting with God.
Yeah.
He takes everything that he has on the table.
Yeah.
He sits down and talks to God like he's talking to you and me.
Yeah. And he said weekly.
Yes,
he said
weekly.
Weekly business, man.
That's pursuit.
Yes, sir.
Because now I want to know what it is that you want for me to do.
Yes.
Because now when I pursue you,
Mhm.
you give me the desire.
Mhm.
And then when I get your desire, I don't miss.
At all.
I
Johnny
can't
on
miss.
the spot. Johnny on the spot every time.
Because you've given it to me, now you're going to give it to me.
And because you have successfully been in pursuit, formation is easier.
Exactly. Here's the other piece to finding, right? We got to stop the shortcuts.
Mm.
See, we want wisdom on shortcuts. We want the cliff notes to wisdom.
Mm.
And it's a process. There's no way around it. God cares nothing about what I want to build.
Mm-hmm.
He cares about building me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He cares about His process for my life.
Yeah. Yeah. for
Because
sure.
if that's the case, then Joseph could have skipped the whole pit, the prison.
Yep.
David could have skipped being a shepherd.
Yep.
He could have skipped being a warrior.
Mhm.
He could have skipped being a fugitive.
Yep. Yeah.
Because this brother was a fugitive from his own mentor.
Yeah. Yeah.
The mentor was literally throwing swords at him.
Man.
I mean, throwing spears at him.
Yeah. Try to pin him to the wall.
Yeah, so
Multiple times.
Yeah, so he could have skipped that whole process, right? But there's no shortcut to wisdom. It talks about wisdom being like a house.
Mm-hmm.
And if the house is not built sound, when the storm comes, it is going to be
devastating.
Yeah.
Devastating. The cost.
right.
You talk about the cost.
Yep.
It's going to cost you way more tomorrow.
And look, this is a long-term effort, bruh.
Yes, sir. It's a covenant.
Yeah, man, this ain't no fly by night. And here's the thing about it. Every person that we think is an overnight success has been a 15, 20-year success.
Right.
They've been grinding in the shadows, and we just now hearing about them.
Yeah.
And be like, bro, where did dude pop up from? But then you hear this story. They've been in the trenches for a while.
For a while, selling mixtapes out the trunk or paintings, on the slide. Like, there's a lot of creative, but like you said, their process though.
Mm-hmm.
Their process, there was something that was being built within them, and we just got a chance to see a glimpse later.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing when you mentioned the bamboo,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's all those years of growing deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, and then after about 5 years, when it starts to sprout, it sprouts feet in days.
Yeah, they're thinking 3 feet per day
3 feet per day
for like 90 days.
Man. So now this thing is 100 feet tall, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, 100 feet in a week or 100 feet in overnight seemingly. It's like, no, you don't realize the years and years and years of this thing growing deeper and deeper and deeper, being very well rooted before it rose.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it, right? Wisdom says I need to be rooted
Yeah.
before I rise.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Not just hop up and just go.
Yeah, because if the roots aren't strong, again, when that storm comes,
Bruh.
and the storm is gonna come, bro,
Bruh.
it's inevitable.
Yeah.
He didn't say that the weapon wasn't gonna be formed. He just said that it would not prosper. So if I don't allow my roots to have the wisdom to understand that these roots got to be formed, they got to be entrenched, they got to be spread, they got to be deep.
Man. So,
Because the deeper the roots, the more nutrients.
yes, sir. And closer to safe water sources. Safe and distant water sources.
Well, that's what the scripture says. Be like a tree planted
By
by
the rivers of living water. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mike.
Whose roots extend. And it's not like they extend and then they come up and you see them popping up out of the river.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're right down there in the groundwater at the source. We see what's happening on the surface, but it's getting pure. Okay. All right. So,
Yeah.
oh man, see why? An unrooted tree cannot produce fruit.
Yeah.
An unrooted tree cannot produce fruit. And so I was thinking about that as we were preparing to dive into this episode. And I was like, you know what? Well, I wonder how important is position and orientation when it comes down to a tree? How important is it for a tree to produce anything with regards to position and orientation? And so even in an orchard, the orientation of the orchard matters. Where each plant, where each tree is in an apple orchard matters. It's not going to produce well if it's not in formation. If it's not in line with the rest of the orchard, it's not going to produce right. Positioned in the canopy, so the upper portion of the trees. Again, all of this just boils down to bringing it back to wisdom. If we're not positioned and oriented with our face towards God, with our mind focused on Him, being formed by Him, ready and intentional about pursuing Him and pursuing wisdom, then we're not going to produce the things that He desires for us to.
Right. So would you possibly say that wisdom is structure?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wisdom is, man.
Because you just talked about a structure, right? For the
Yes, sir.
Right.
And we tend to fight structure.
Yeah, but I think we forget that God does not bless chaos. He's not the author of confusion, right? Wisdom, Jesus said when He fed the 5,000, wisdom said, let me put a system in place. Disciples, do this before I pray and multiply the food.
Yeah.
It just wasn't all willy-nilly. You get what you get a fish, you get a loaf.
Yeah, no.
No, it was a structure
formation
to the system.
Yeah.
So He was able to multiply it.
Yes.
And make it move quickly.
Man.
And I think that wisdom allows things to flow much quicker.
Yeah.
Like you said, there's no coagulation.
Yeah.
There's no stagnation. There's no constipation.
Man.
Because the system is in place.
Just moving and grooving. That's big.
So I would say even for the fellas, you're like, get you some structure, get you some systems in place. That's going to expedite the flow of wisdom to be able to understand what God's doing.
Yes.
Because then even if you have structure in place and it's not going like you want it to go, your ability to say either God has me still for a time, or this structure that I put in place does not work and it's not what God wanted me to do. So that's data as well.
Yeah. And it's a waste at that point.
Yep.
But like you said in our last pod, 4 ways wisdom speaks. Sometimes we are going to glean that instruction from godly counsel. We're going to be able to get an idea of how we are out of formation from godly counsel. We're going to be able to understand how we're misaligned from godly counsel. So it's imperative to have mentors. It's imperative to have people that you can trust, people that we can be accountable to.
Right. But then that's part of the posture of submission, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So, when you have submission, right, and you understand now it's easier for you to have clarity and say, I need to act on what God has already made clear to me.
Right.
If it's not clear to me, let me seek wise counsel, then maybe they can help me understand that.
Right.
And even in that, right, as we talk about just like the posture of submission, there's actually 3 levels of submission. There's levels to this.
Come on.
Right?
Come on, hit them with the levels.
So the first level is submit to God's word over your own reasoning. Man. When the word says one thing, but my logic says another. When I'm submitted, I'm going to defer to the word. And I'm not going to do it reluctantly. I'm going to do it with confidence, knowing that His wisdom exceeds mine. And then secondly, you got God-ordained structures. We just talked about that: systems, accountability partners, mentors, coaches, right? They're instruments in our formation for our assignment, right? So what we do is oftentimes as men, we don't want to do that, right? Because dog, what you gonna tell me?
Right.
Come on, Ken, you can't tell me nothing, man.
Right. Well, I know your past.
Yeah, I know you.
Yeah.
Or I know them. I just know more than you.
Man.
I'm leaning on my own knowledge, right? Because my ego will say there's no way possible that you know more than me.
Right.
And then the other piece to that is submitting our appetites, our schedules,
Mm.
our flesh, our body to the kingdom. Even Paul talks about he disciplines his body to keep it under control. So submitting my calendar is wisdom. My time, my habits, my proclivities, and my physical, mental, and financial appetites to kingdom order. Understanding that there's no neutral ground in submission. Wisdom says there's no neutral ground. It's either you're submitted or you're not.
What happened? What happened with? Hey, all right. So y'all know about rolling, right? Jiu-jitsu or judo. What happens when you submit? That's it.
Yep.
No. If you are submitted, that is it.
Yep.
You either submit and you get to walk away with new information, or you don't submit and you get broken in the process.
Right. But then if you look at it, it's kind of like a stair step in the 5 postures. Like that reverence, then that trust, right? And then you build on that trust. And then from that trust, you get that pursuit. Because now I know who he is.
Yeah.
I trust him. I want more of him.
I'm going to chase after him, yeah.
And now, as I chase after him, I'm submitting to him all the more. And as I submit to him, it allows him to form me to be more like Christ.
Man.
To be the man that he's designed me to be.
Man.
To be the man that he's called me to be.
Yes, sir.
Because we each got some greatness in us, but we got to submit my ways, our ways,
Bruh.
our thoughts.
Bruh. God forms those who stay positioned long enough to be shaped. And they stay oriented long enough to be renewed.
Right. And we got to stop saying we want to be renewed and we want to change without changing our habits.
Come on.
Like I know I need to change, but I'm gonna go do the same thing. That's called cognitive dissonance.
That right there. Yeah.
Knowing I should be doing one thing, but continue to do the other thing. But Paul even talks about that, right?
Yeah.
What does Paul say about
the
that?
good I don't want to. The good I do want to do, I don't do, and the bad I don't want to do, I do that.
Right. So if Paul says that, it's a task within itself. So that leads us back to how do we get to the formation process? I think that would be Romans 12:2.
Yes, sir.
Don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yes, sir.
And that's surrounding myself with people who challenge me instead of surrounding myself with comfort. And it's easy to surround myself with comfort because that is what the mind wants to do.
Yeah.
It wants to take the least path of resistance.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Open shortest path first.
And so I often have to ask myself, what patterns am I allowing to shape me?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what about the wisdom having you do that assessment? Not what am I,
right?
But what have I? You know, not what's shaping me now, but what has already gotten me to this place. Why am I already here? Why is this a struggle? Why does this thing keep coming back up? I heard it said before, we got to do a lot more remembering than new learning, right? I do need to look back and number one, see where God brought me from, but I also need to look back and see what brought me to this point. Good, bad, or indifferent. That's right. What got me here? I think that's wisdom.
Right. You get it. I'm saying you're talking about count up the cost.
Count up the cost. Man, you got to count the cost.
Let a man examine himself. But that's the hardest thing for me to do, is for me to examine myself and say I'm lacking over here. Right. It'd be like me saying, I got all these postures down to a science. Man, no, I don't. Sometimes I'm not submitted.
Right.
It's like yesterday in HEB parking lot. I didn't submit myself to this person that wanted to act up, and I almost got back out of the old side.
Ooh, almost came through.
Yeah, he almost came through, and then I had to say, God, I forgive me.
Man, hold up.
Because the devil's always gonna be there to see, to show you, hey, you ain't where you think you is.
Oh yeah. No, he quick to.
You think you got these postures now.
He quick to. That's his job.
But you sure weren't submitted to the Spirit yesterday.
Yeah, I ain't gonna touch that. I'm gonna hush. I'm gonna sit right over here and hush.
But again, it's a process, and
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that we got to understand.
Yeah.
That we'll never get it perfect.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
We just got to continue to work at it and acknowledge the shortcomings.
Yeah.
And also don't focus on where we're not. Focus how far we've come.
Yes. Yeah.
Look, oh God, you brought me from here. I'm better over here. I'm better now. Now let me continue to work towards that. Because again, that's the faithful of the few. When I can acknowledge the gains and I'm not focused on the gap.
Yes.
I got momentum.
Yes, man. So, all right, we've unpacked the necessity for wisdom. We've talked about these amazing postures, right? We've talked about the ways wisdom speaks. Like, if there was a way to kind of wrap this all up with a nice, pretty bow and really energize everybody watching right now, my question that I think is probably a burning question for some is why? Why does this even matter?
Why does this matter? Because God said he's going to perfect us and mature us. So if we're not getting wisdom, then we're not being perfected and we're not maturing. We're just repeating cycles. And here's the thing about it. If we don't learn from our cycles, the enemy learns from our cycles. And that's the last thing. That's the last thing you want.
Shoot. Great.
Hey, that's the last thing we want him doing is learning from our cycles, and we're not learning from it. So I think wisdom, again, it's the principal thing. It's the primary thing.
Yeah.
So if we learn to chase wisdom, we learn to learn his word, because then we know his will, we know his way, we know how he wants us to move.
Right.
And now we also are more aligned and more okay with things not going the way that we plan. Because sometimes maybe the things that we plan, God doesn't want us to have.
Right.
But he being a God of free will, he will allow you to have things that you don't need to teach you the lesson that you truly don't want to learn anyway.
True.
So that's why I think it's very important, because wisdom's not accidental.
Yeah.
And in Proverbs 4:5, it says, get wisdom, get understanding, don't forget, don't forsake her. Don't forget, don't forsake her. So this is a very primary thing in life. The Bible says he that when it sows is wise. So that takes wisdom. So ultimately our goal is the Great Commission. And we got to be able to be wise enough when to speak, when to shut up. Yeah. When to pursue, when to sit down.
Yeah.
All these things come through wisdom and understanding, because that to me, I believe it enhances your discernment.
Yes.
Your ability to discern what God wants you to do in the season.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's good stuff right there.
Yeah, man. So it's another powerful, power-packed episode.
Man, bruh. I'm gonna leave it at this right here. Based off of our 5 postures, this is something that we shared on one of our calls, and that is my prayer for everyone that is watching this episode. My prayer is that you would revere God, that you would reverence him, that you would revere him, that you would depend on God, that you would pursue God with all your heart. I'm talking just a relentless pursuit, that you would submit to him unabashedly, without fear, without any reservation. Just submit. We're not even talking about handing over. We're talking about laying down, right? And then the other part is to be formed by God.
Yeah, that's the ultimate thing, right? Is for us to form us.
Yep.
And so I would just say this in closing, that divine wisdom doesn't always make sense in our mind. It doesn't always 1 + 1 = 2, right? But when we understand that I have peace from this divine download and this divine wisdom that you've given me, that I need to move down this path, now I know that I'm doing and I'm going where God wants me to go.
Yes, sir.
Right? Because wisdom is applicable in every area of our life.
Yes.
In every decision, right? Our spiritual life, our mental, our emotional life, our financial life,
Yes, sir.
our physical life, right? So when we understand that, if we don't have wisdom, we don't use wisdom,
man,
it's just information.
Just information. Yeah.
It's just information overload.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think the problem is we already got enough information. Now it lends itself to application.
Yes.
Let me apply these principles, right? We sit on calls, we jump on YouTube, we go to church, and we got books and books and books of notes. But what good are those notes doing if we don't know what to do with them? It's like we got a treasure map, and we too lazy to go
actually follow the map.
Exactly. Or it'd be like me giving you my bank book, and in the bank book it says there's a balance of $1 million, and I've given you the notes, the how to get to said bank in the back of the passbook. But you don't take the time to read it, to understand it, to pursue it, and then you out here begging for money.
And I
gave you access to $1 million.
I gave you access. See, that's part of the problem too, because we don't. It's not enough. It's like this social structure that we have, unfortunately, succumbed to, and in a lot of ways been formed by, moves us in a place of, it's not enough to have access. It's not enough to show me where the water is. You got to drag me tooth and nail to it, dump my head in there, and then tell me how to drink. Like that's the space that people are in. Unfortunately, that's a place that believers are in. And then when you have somebody who presents themselves as someone who's willing to drag you down, you're willing to follow. Not realizing they ain't dragging you to water. They're dragging you straight to fire. But like you said, because there's so much information, and because we've gotten to, unfortunately, a lot of us have gotten to this place of not realizing the access that we've been already given in the book of life, in the word. Teach me, say to me, speak to me, drop nuggets to me, prophesy to me, tell me, and then show me, and then instruct me and pump me and prod me, make me do it. No, man.
It don't work like that.
It don't work like that. That's not wisdom.
Right? But you got to understand that wisdom doesn't add to confusion. It actually cuts through it. It shortens the gap to execution.
You lucky I'm in your... I can't do nothing to him because I love him. But bruh, come on, man. For real. That's powerful. All right.
This has been your boy, CY. This episode of the Genesis Podcast is brought to you by the Genesis Summit. This has been none other than my good brother, the Right Reverend Dr. Ken.
Shout out.
Bishop Funderburk.
Yes, sir.
Tell them where they can follow you at, my friend.
Man, you can catch me on Facebook, Ken Funderburk, or Kenneth/Ken Bishop Funderburk. Also, Instagram, that would be the same, and on YouTube as well. And then, of course, be on the lookout for Faith and Fire podcast that will be coming soon.
Yeah, make sure y'all stay tuned for that Faith and Fire podcast. We already know it's going to be dope. You hear the nuggets this brother's dropping. Powerful, anointed, humble, intelligent brother. So please, please follow my boy. And as we close, I'm going to ask you to do this once again. I'm going to ask you to subscribe. I'm going to ask you to like. I'm going to ask you to comment, and then I'm going to ask you to share. If you found value in anything that we've said over this wisdom series, and we're not done. We're just scratching the surface. Like, we just laying the foundation.
Man.
So I'm begging you, I beseech ye therefore, brethren, that I implore that you share this podcast that you subscribe to this podcast, that you like this podcast, and that you comment on the postures or the dimensions or something that was said about wisdom that was like an epiphany for you and it was like a mic drop. Share that in the comments. This has been your boy, CY, also known as AKA Mr. 8020, Mr. Genesis Podcast, Mr. Genesis Summit, Mr. MindsetU.
Come on.
All those things.
Come on.
Come on and follow me. I appreciate you for tuning into this episode of the Genesis Podcast, and I'm gone.